Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are going to learn about tips for an online interview. Of course, all of us get nervous when we are attending an interview, and nowadays all interviews are being conducted online because of some situations outside, as we cannot go outside, as we cannot travel. So what are the tips that we have to follow in an online interview? Why sometimes online interviews, like, they get delayed or they get cancelled? Sometimes the interviews will be stopped in between. So what are the situations that will interrupt the interviews, online interviews, and how do you cope up with an online interview and get over it? Let us see. In this video, we are going to learn about the presentation skills, what are the communication skills, and what are the basic tips that you have to follow for an online interview. First thing, online interview you will be attending from home, no doubt in that. Of course, you are attending it from your home. Home is obviously your house, is obviously your comfort zone, but at the same time, like, you feel so casual in your home, you'll not dress up properly, like properly in the sense you'll be in your casual attire, you'll be sitting wherever you want, on your bed, on your sofa, on in your balcony, wherever you want to sit you'll be sitting. Of course, you're attending it from home, you must be very 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 formal, don't be casual, because at the end of the day that is an interview, right? You're attending from home or you're attending from college, it is an interview, so we have to be very serious about it, very formal, and behave as if you're attending a real interview. When you're attending a real interview, how serious you'll be, how focused you'll be, in that way you must be, even you're attending it from the home. Next, so what you must check before an online interview, in your computer or in your surroundings, what are the things that you have to check before an online interview so that the interview will run smoothly? And stay in the center of the screen, so you'll be facing the camera, right? Instead of showing half of your face, or right half of your face, or left half of your face, or just showing your chin, or just showing forehead, do not do all these things. Stay in the center of the screen so that all the four sides are equally distributed. Okay. And next, room is well lit and no noise pollution from surroundings, so the light should be proper, right? And always the light should be in front of you, not behind you, not at your backside. Make sure that the light is in front of you, and no noise pollution from surroundings. Like, if somebody is watching TV in your home, make sure that the TV volume is very low, or ask them to switch off the TV for some time. And see, from outside also, wherever it is, make sure that there is no noise pollution, so that there will be no disturbance for your interview, right? If there is some external disturbance, then what happens, the interviewer has to repeat the questions, you have to repeat your answers, and because of which a kind of disturbance will be created, right? It becomes like the interview will lose its flow. So that is the reason, make sure that there is no noise from outside and nobody moves around in the room when the interview is going on. Like, in your at your back side, make sure that nobody will move, so that nobody will be appearing to the interview in the camera. Even in front of you also, even if they are not visible in the camera also, make sure that nobody is in the room. Because of that, you can concentrate properly only on the interview. If there is some other person, you'll be looking at them, you will be smiling at them, all those things will happen, right? So make sure that nobody is in the room when the interview is going on. And if you are attending on your phone, either in Zoom or either in Google Meet or either in Skype, in any of the applications, if you are attending the interview with your phone, because of some reasons, because maybe because of some reasons you may not be attend your interview through your computer, in that case, if you are attending through your phone, make sure that your phone is in landscape mode, not in portrait mode. Okay. And background should be very simple, or it should be professional, or it should be plain. Avoid colorful or decorative backgrounds, so that colorful in the sense, Some bright colors are okay, like white, cream, yellow, dark, I mean light colors are okay, but so too dark colors with different paintings on them, different pictures on them, try to avoid those kind of backgrounds. And do not eat in between the interview even if you are hungry. Before the interview starts itself, have something, have good food and be ready for the interview, but don't eat in between the interview because it will create a bad impression about you to the interviewer, right? Because you are sitting there for an interview, and remember that you have to behave, you have to feel it as if you are attending for a face to face interview. I said in the beginning of the video, don't be so casual. Time or 5 minutes before time is also good, but don't like after the interviewer will come, he will sit, he is waiting for you, and then you are coming. That is not good attitude. Try to be on time, on exact time, or 5 minutes prior to the scheduled time, so that the interviewer, like he will be, after the interviewer comes, then you will be coming, then he will be thinking that you are not punctual. You will be in the same way in office also, so he'll think that you're not so serious about the interview. So make sure that you will be on time or even 5 minutes prior to the time. And then next, dress formally. Even you are attending from home, do not just casually randomly attend with the clothes with which you are wearing. Make sure that you will dress up formally and most formal, like on the leftmost end, whatever you having, they are the least formal, and on the rightmost end, whatever you're having, they are the most formal. You have for both boys, I mean for male as well as female as well. So among all these dresses, among all these outfits, whichever is comfortable, whichever you have with you, try to dress up with those, okay? Instead of just wearing informal clothes like we go outside, or just we stay home, okay? Try to avoid those kind of dresses. And some more additional tips: check your battery, check the battery of your computer or your laptop, and microphone, whether the microphone is working properly or not, and camera, whether the camera is properly working, is there any, like your face is clearly visible or is it blur. You have to check it before the interview, and check that you have a proper and stable good internet connection which will not interrupt in middle, okay? And be attentive and focused. You are attending the interview, so your only goal at that particular point of time is to just be attentive towards your interview and stay focused. Don't do any other work. Even on your computer also, don't do multitasking, or don't play with on your phone. Like just stay focused, so that the interviewer will think you are so much interested, you are so much serious towards the interview, okay? These small things will matter a lot, because you may think all those matters is all the technical skills you have, but along with the technical skills, along with the technical abilities you have, these things also matters a lot. Because in your workplace, it is not that you'll just work. If you have to work properly, then you must be properly disciplined, right? Your discipline will be checked with all these small simple and minor aspects, so be careful about these things. And if you are using a new software, if the company is conducting a meeting, if the company is conducting on an online interview in a software which is new for you, which you have never used before, then make sure that you will check the functioning of that application or website prior to the interview. Just going there and behaving as if you don't know anything about that website will not look good. So try to practice about that website, try to have a mock interview with your friend or with your cousins or with your family members before the interview, so that you will be having a overview about the operation of that software, okay? And the next, we have presentation skills. So what are the basic presentation skills that we have to follow while we are attending an interview? And along with presentation skills, we must focus on our communication skills as well. When you are speaking with the interviewer, you should not be so panic, you should not be so nervous. Whatever you know, you must tell him confidently, right? And do not take pause in between. So whenever you're speaking, don't yeah, don't do all those pauses. You must speak fluently. If you're not able to speak fluently, then practice it. Practice speaking with your friends, cousins, your sisters, your brothers, right? Because that will help you a lot. We all know English. There is no doubt in that. We all can understand English perfectly. We all know English perfectly. But the only thing is, we don't speak it regularly. We are habituated in speaking our mother tongue. When we were in our school, our teachers used to compel us to speak in English, but now there is nobody to compel us, right? So that is the reason why we speak in our own language, in our comfort language, mother tongue, or some other language will speak. English is very less, right? So that is the reason why you just lost practice over the language. So if you're speaking, then you will become perfect, then you will be able to speak fluently, then you will even gain confidence if you are able to speak in English fluently, right? And this is about communication skills. I'll be making a separate video on communication skills. And now let us get into the presentation skills of an interview. So presentation skills is nothing but how you present yourself, how you display yourself to the interviewer, how you create an impression on you to the interviewer. The first one is pitch. When you're speaking with the interviewer, make sure that you will not speak so fast, you will not speak so slow. If you speak so fast, the interviewer cannot understand what you're speaking. If you're speaking so slow, he'll get bored, right? And speak in a moderate speed, like how you speak with all the other people. Some of the people will be speaking in a very high speed. Don't speak like that in an interview. Speak in a moderate speed so that the interviewer will understand whatever you're trying to say clearly. Even though if you are having high technical knowledge, high technical skills, and you're explaining all of them fastly without giving any pause, without giving any breaks in between, then obviously the person cannot understand, right? And the voice modulation should be good. Voice modulation in the sense where you have to stress the words, where you have to leave the words, which kind of words should be highlighted. So all those things are like, what are the things that you have to ask politely? Suppose he asked you a question like, tell me about yourself. You did not understand what he asked, or due to some disturbance you were not able to hear what he asked. Then you must ask him, sorry, I could not hear you. Can you please repeat the question? You must ask him politely. You must ask him humbly when you are asking for some request. And when you're telling answer, you must tell confidently. Like, you should be able to distinguish when you are supposed to speak with which kind of voice base. Okay. Next, speak a bit high so that it will be clear to the interviewer. Even though your voice is very low, you cannot speak high when you're nervous. When you cannot speak out louder when you're nervous, when you're in tension, because obviously when the interview is going on, we will be nervous. How much ever talented we are as a freshers, or maybe sometimes experienced people also will be, they'll be getting nervous. So even though you're nervous, manage to speak a bit high so that he will understand, so that he'll not, if you don't speak high, if you don't speak louder, the interviewer has to ask you multiple times to repeat what you said. Okay, that will be a disturbance again. So make sure that you will be speaking louder in the sense, not so louder, you should not shout at them. You should speak at a good volume so that he'll understand. This body language, your body language should be in such a way that you must take care of some things. Be energetic, don't be so dull. You must be energetic, you must be so enthusiastic towards the interview. Don't be so dull, don't show like your nervousness or your tension, all those should not be visible on your face. Everything should be confined to inside of your body only. Next, good facial expressions. You must maintain good facial expressions, not being so serious, not being so dull, not being so over enthusiastic and all. Maintain a good smile. A normal smile you must maintain on your face. Normal smile, just normal smile. Don't smile too much also. Like how we smile at our friends in an examination hall. In that way, you should not smile. You have to just smile casually. And arms, coming to your arms, don't cross your arms, don't keep your arms so stiff. Make sure that you will keep your arms open, they'll be free, like so that you can move your hands here and there when you're explaining something. When you explain something by moving your hands, by making hand gestures, it will be more interactive to the interviewer, right? And next, don't lean backward and don't sit relaxed like how we sit in a movie theater. uh, bend a bit forward, not so much forward, a bit forward. That means it is better to sit straight or bend a little bit forward, so that the interviewer will think that they are interested in this video, they are attentive. If at all, if we are interested in something, then we will lean forward, we will open our eyes very big and we will see it or we will listen it, right? So in the same way also, you should just a bit forward bend is better. And maintain eye contact with the interviewer, which is very important, because if you are looking somewhere else, then the interviewer will think that he or she is afraid of the interview, or there is somebody else in the room and they are looking at that person, or there is something written, something related, something answers related to the interview are written somewhere, so that is the reason why these people are looking over there. So the interviewer may think in that way, so that is the reason why you must maintain a good eye contact with the interviewer. And that's all for this video, guys. And one more thing about your pronunciation also, when you're pronouncing words, just pronounce them in your regular manner. Don't try to pronounce them in a very new, in a very fashionable manner, so that the interviewer will think, oh, this guy knows or this girl knows a very good English. Don't try anything new. Whatever you speak in your regular English, whatever you speak in your daily English, speak those words only. Don't try to speak some new language or some new pronunciation, right? And while maintaining eye contact with the interviewer, maintaining eye contact with interviewer is nothing but you have to look at the camera, not looking at yourself, whether your face is good, whether your hair is good, whether your specs are properly there, are arranged or not. Don't look at yourself, right? That is just an interview, right? There is like, the interviewer need not get impressed at looking your face, he must get impressed at looking your skills, he must get impressed by looking at your technical skills, your communication skills and your presentation skills, right? So don't look at your face, just look at the camera, so that, which means you are looking at the interviewer, right? So these are the basic tips that you have to follow. And do not forget to dress up formally, because that is very important. That is where you create the first impression. The interviewer will be creating the first impression on you just by looking at your dressing sense and at the background of your wall where you're attending the interview. So make sure that the background is very good and you dress up formally, because the first impression is the best impression and also the last impression. You cannot create first impression again and again, right? So be very careful. And interview, don't get tensed when you're attending an interview, because if you get tensed, if you get nervous, then you may forget the things which you already know, right? Already known things which are very familiar to you, also you may make mistakes in those things. So be very confident when you're attending an interview. And that's all for this video, guys. All the best for your interview, if you're having your interview soon, or for the next time when you're having your interview. And thank you for watching the video. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, do subscribe and share it with your friends. I have made different videos in my channel so far: academic videos like managerial economics and financial analysis, information security, web technologies and operating systems, and many more I'll be doing. And don't forget to comment your suggestions in the comment box, like what is the next video that I have to make on, and mention whether you're understanding what I've explained in this video or not, and may also mention whether